First of all, congratulations. I know that you finished your architectural exam, so you are the licensed architect now. What do you feel?
I feel like it was a very long journey to
Oh,
become a licensed architect. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. But
Can you
then I,
share can you share a little bit about your process, how you get your license?
yeah, it was a very long process. I spent like more than like 5 years in education and then like a few years of work experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I first started at East Los Angeles College. I
Mm-hmm.
start learning architecture, like some of the hand drafting, like I learned some of the AutoCAD and
Mm-hmm.
some of the design studio with Ramon Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent like around 2 years
Mm-hmm.
at East Los Angeles College.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my second year, I starting to apply for college, for university. And then
Mm-hmm.
I got accepted to USC.
Wow.
And then I spent another like 4 to 5 years at USC. And
Mm.
then there it was a very long journey. And then I spent another like 2 to 3 years of work experience
Mm-hmm.
right after I graduated with a bachelor degree from USC. And
Mm.
then in those years, like from starting from East Los Angeles College and including the 3 to 4 years of work experience, it's about like 10 years
Mm.
around, like 5 years of school, 5 years, and 2 years at East Los Angeles College, and three
Mm-hmm.
years of work experience.
Wow.
It's around 10 years. So right now, I finally I got my license, and I'm fine. I'm able to call myself a licensed architect.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
So, would you mind tell me something about yourself, where you come from, and why you choose architecture be your career?
Yeah, sure. I came from like Hong Kong,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then I by the time when I study at college, I'm not sure like what to study.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that I like to draft and I like to draw. Like I like to have like office experience, sit in the office instead of going to the construction site. Like working as a working at the outdoor as a construction worker. So I decided to try architecture first, and then I like it because I started like I learned AutoCAD first, and then after a few years I learned like Rhino for like 3D modeling, and then I like to manipulate and learn all those software, including like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe like Illustrator. Like I learned all those like in my studio, design studio, and I feel like the product, the drawing, the final product, I feel very achievable and I feel very fulfilling just by looking at the product. So that's why I decided to pursue architecture.
Wow, that's absolutely. So seems like architecture have you can fulfill multiple achievements. So that
Mhm.
is a really good major to start with. So in which point you found that you want to apply to architecture?
I applied to architecture like when I was at USC. Like I got accepted to the architectural school of architecture when I applied to USC, and at that time I started to commit everything, like focus all of my energy in architecture, and then to get my bachelor degree. And that's the point that I started to concentrate in architecture. And then during like in my fourth year of USC, I also joined the study abroad program. I went to Italy with my classmate and my professor all together for one semester in around spring 2015. And I really enjoyed the study abroad program, and that was the best program I've ever joined, and I really like it. And as an architect, like I enjoy like working with engineer. Like I enjoy working with my consultant. Like I usually coordinate with the consultant, like mechanical consultant, plumbing consultant, structural consultant. And I like the coordination aspect of the career, like of my work. So that is the reason that why I like to join the architecture program. And one more final thing before I move on to the next step. And as an architect, I want to let people know that one day I will walk on the street and let people know that, oh, I built this building. Oh, this is my building. Oh, I'm the architect for this building. I want to be able to say that one day to my friends or to my family. So that is one of the achievement of being a licensed architect.
Hey, Karen. So I see. So it seems like you have a lot of different things make you decided to be architecture student. So can you share with me when you first started, what is your challenge? What is your challenge and how you overcome your difficulties?
Okay, sure. So when I was at college or when I was at the university, some of the challenge, like as a student that I encountered, it's like there are a few challenge to achieve my dream. So if I can like conquer those challenge, I'm sure I can move on to the next step and then to achieve my dream, to fulfill my dream. So there are a few challenge that's including like language barrier. English is my second language, but then I try to like adapt to the work environment, the learning environment, the American culture, and work with the other student to learn all those knowledge at school, to learn all the drafting knowledge, to learn all the architectural knowledge and studio knowledge, design knowledge. I think language barrier is my first priority to encounter. And then there are a few things. So those are one, language barrier is one, and then probably living environment, it's a second one, because as a foreigner, I came from like a China, south of China, Hong Kong. So we speak like Cantonese in Hong Kong. And then when I first moved on to American, I have to learn English and I have to adapt to this environment, like a living environment that is very different than the living environment in Hong Kong. So I have to adapt to the not only the living environment but also the cultural differences. Like some people mention about like this the cultural shock. I don't know if you have heard of it. So cultural differences, it's my second priority that I need to encounter. Like because the people have come from different backgrounds, we have like different culture backgrounds, and in order to work together, not only in education, not only at school, but maybe in the real life work experience, we need to connect together to share ideas. So cultural differences will affect the networking with the people surrounding. So those are the most priority things that I have to encounter. And also, I'm sure that some of the people have also financial issue. Those are the also challenging for international student as well.
I see. Yeah, it seems like this is a common pattern. So all of
Mm-hmm,
the international student, they suffering their language, right? So
mm-hmm,
language is not English is not our primary language, and also
mm-hmm,
financial burden. So I remember one of the students, she shared it with me. She really wanted to learn different software like Rhinos and
mm-hmm.
Adobe, but the cost for the software is preventing her to learn the software. So this is kind of a challenge. I believe that for um, different international students, particularly in architecture, because beside the reading materials, we also need to spend a lot of money to do modeling, to do physical model and buy software to produce our work.
Yeah, on top of it, I want to say that architecture, to pursue the degree in architecture, it's very expensive, like including like books, and sometimes you have to go buy materials. Those are not affordable for some of the international students. So I think financial aid or financial burden, it's a big issue for architecture student as well, because those books probably cost like $100 per book, like 80 or to $100, or some books are $200 in order to get the class and study material and to pursue. I also want to say that to pursue ARE, architectural registration exam, those process are also expensive. But then as a international student, or as a student who is working on architecture, I'm willing to invest in myself in those areas. So after like those are the challenging, those are the challenge. If a student can conquer all of those challenge, then I'm sure they will like fulfill their dream. They can achieve their dream of becoming an architect.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So yeah, I believe that also this is a commitment, right? So when you choose something you want to study, you have to open different kind of difficulties to reach out to the point you are really able to be a real architect. So so it seems like you went to USC, you graduated your program, so you overcome your all of your challenging and challenges and difficulties.
Mhm.
So you finally you work out your license. So can you tell me what is the next step you're thinking right now?
Oh, my next step would be, because right now I'm a licensed architect, and I spent like 3 years to work on my architectural license, and those are very long journey. So one thing I want to share with everyone is that it's the big trick on a journey to become a licensed architect is to not to give up. So if you fail an exam, then it's okay. Then continue to study. I'm sure you pass the next time. And if you fail again the next time, then it's okay. Just tell yourself, this is a process of architecture. So failure, it's not a big deal. The big deal is that if you can like fulfill your dream at the end. So you can see your goal in a long way, not just a short-term goal. It's a big term goal. So passing all of the exam, those are, I think if you live in California, including the California supplemental exam, it's about 7 exam. Those including the 6 ARE exam. So the 5.0 ARE exam, including like practice management, project management, including programming and analysis. like PPD and PDD, project planning and design, project design and development, and the construction and evaluation. So all of those exams are very struggle, and it's very challenging, but then it's okay. Keep working on it until you hit the final, and until you hit the end. So that is one of the trick. So after I graduated from USC, if I remember correctly, it's 2017. And then I work on I don't immediately start on my architect license. I work on my real estate license first before becoming a licensed architect. So I got my real estate license. I'm a realtor right now. I spent like around 1 year and a half. So those exams are much more easier than the architectural license. It's just one exam, pass or fail. So I passed the exam. Right now I'm also a licensed realtor. So after 1.5 years of getting my realtor license, then I worked toward my architectural license. So the process, it's around like 3 to 4 years altogether to get the realtor and architect license. So back to the question that you asked me about previously. What is my next step in my career, or what is my next step to fulfill my dream? My next step would be to use the most out of two of my license, my realtor license and my architect license, to stabilize the California real estate market. So in other words, just by saying that, how do I stabilize the California real estate market? So if I use both of my license, like as a realtor, I can purchase my own real estate property. Like I can look through all the listing, the good deal to find what is the market rate for the real estate property. And then I know what is the best time to buy in and what is the best time to sell out for real estate market. And then maybe when the market rate hit low, then I'll buy in for the real estate property. And after I buy in and I have a assessment on my property, I will work as a licensed architect to expand and grow the property. 等着一定要cut。
Hey, Karen. So it seems like you have a great accomplishment after your school. So but when you look back to your time, how you overcome all your difficulties right now. This is the time you can to start to explore your dream, and then also to try to do more in your architecture background. So can you tell me what you're trying to achieve and in the next few years?
Sure. In the next few years, I would say like it's short term, like 5 years. If it's long term, then I'm have a long term goal for 10 years. So as I mentioned previously, I got my real estate realtor license and my architect license, and those license can help me achieve the most out of my career. So in the short term, I probably purchase real estate property at a lower market price, and then I buy in, and then I use my architect license to renovate the house to bring the most value out of the property, and then I sell out in the good market deal. And I think that is my 5 years. It could be 10 years achievement in those. If I continue to work on it, I can roll the project up, like work on a bigger project as I grow my career. So I start something small first, and then I work on something. I might be work on something bigger later on. So that is one of my goal that I'm working on right now.
Close to to the end of this interview, I would like to ask you a few more things. So first, what is your favorite college traditions?
One of my favorite college traditions is that in my fourth year, I went study abroad program, and I study at Rome, Italy, like Roma University, and I really like that. That is the most happiest, I would say, semester I've ever encountered at USC.
Great. So other than that, do you have any favorite moment in your school?
Favorite moment, probably it's probably studio moment. Like all the students are working together in the studio, like including professor. We spend a lot of time together. It's like if I remember correctly, it's 4 hours studio. Start from 2 and then it end at 6. Yeah, it's a 4 hour studio, and we spend a lot of time together almost every day. And the studio was like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it's more than 10 hours per week. So
I know. Yeah. So I remember in my school, I have 3 days, three studio per week. So five
mhm,
units. So that's just a lot of time. So
yeah.
we actually a whole day. I think that our class start at 1, and then the
Hmm.
professor came, and then they kind of give us a briefing about what is the study we need to produce, and then we have an individual critique to have an individual discussion with the student,
Hmm.
and then we talk about the concept, we talk about what kind of study we're going to do, talk about the inspiration, how to put the buildings together. So this is really good. Yeah. So beside the
Yeah.
studio, so I know that well, this is my research, and one thing I really want to know that how you get into the mainstream American culture. So I know that a lot of international students to they from different culture, right? So
Hmm.
the living style, communication, everything is so different. How you get used to the new American culture?
Well, there are a few methods to get used to the American culture. So first, I would suggest, and that this is my best recommended recommendation, it's to talk. Talk with the friends, like talk with your classmate, and get to adapt to the environment, like get to the know their American like culture. So to find a friends here and to become friends with and talk to them more often. It's one of the outcome that can solve the language barrier, and also it will help you to adapt to the American culture as well.
Great, great. Yeah, I believe that, to more hang out with their classmates here, so they have American culture. So I remember when I was student, I also hang out with them, go to the restaurant around my school.
Hmm.
So that was a great time.
Yeah, that's the best time ever. Like
I know.
hanging out with a classmate, like to go to a restaurant, like to eat together. So enjoy that time if you are still in school. So I would
Hmm.
suggest that that is the best time ever, really. But if you have work, life might be different, and if you have
Hmm.
a family, like life will be different as well. So the best time it's when I was at school.
Me who give me three your favorite architect in your life and also have great influence of your work.
Sure. So right now, my favorite architect is Wong. It's myself, like Karen Wong. I'm a licensed architect, so she's my favorite architect for now. But when I was at school, I can like tell you three of my top favorite architects. So first, my top architect is Zaha Hadid. I really like her when I was at school because I like her idea, I like her design, and I like her like organic shape of the most of her building. Um, she's one of my top favorite architect. Okay, so my second favorite architect it's probably her partner Patrick Schumacher, and because I like him because I also like his organic design as well since he worked with Zaha Hadid. I like both of them and I like their design as well, and it influenced my studio work. I usually use their work for case study when I was at school and when I do my studio work. Usually the professor will ask like, what do you use for your case study? And then I will choose like Patrick Schumacher and I choose Zaha Hadid for their work as influence on my work. And my third favorite architect, it's Frank Gehry because as I said, I like organic design. I like smooth, like curvy building. And I think Frank Gehry is one, and I really like his one of his building. It's the Disney concert hall in downtown LA. That is one of my favorite building of Frank Gehry. But for
Oh,
now, yeah, but for now, my favorite architect is still Wong.
wow, great, great. I really want to see more project from Ring Rong. So that's will be amazing. So I remember when I was student, I was so fortunate. So I have a project in SIA. So Patrick Schumacher have a gallery installation. So
Mhm,
I part of the project's team to help him to fabricate the work inside the room. So this was really amazing. So and then he's very understand the geometry, and then he do a lot of parametric research. That's yeah, I really thankful for this opportunity. Also, when I graduated, and then I'm working in a uh, construction material company, I have
mhm,
another project. I don't think it's work for him directly, but with his team, we're doing some ceiling and wall panel. It's done by Zaha Hadid Architect. So I'm fortunate to be part of the project team to do R&D to how to accomplish the requirements. This was my two connection with Patrick and Zaha. So, hey, Ring, thank you so much for your time. So, and then your experience very helpful. I wish this also will help for the future international student to give them some insight to overcome that difficulty. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.
bye bye. Thank you for your time as well.